Samsung has exploded higher plus 9.84% to $340,500, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Wednesday, June 24th, and this is your complete global market briefing. It is a split session across global markets. The move follows reports that Brent rises after US-Iran peace talks in Geneva are abruptly postponed. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 is down minus 1.44%, trading at $7,365.46. Equity markets are responding to reports that markets recoil in global sell-off driven by tech stocks, The New York Times. NASDAQ 100 plunged minus 3.29% to $29,347 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ futures rise after chip stock sell-off, YCBRS, PLTR, BLZE, MU, FDX are trending, TradingView. Dow Jones is broadly flat at $51,667, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Equity markets are responding to reports that S&P, NASDAQ futures rise after bruising tech sell-off, Micron earnings on tap, investing.com. DAX dipped minus 0.98% to $24,650. The move follows reports that Brent rises after US-Iran peace talks in Geneva are abruptly postponed. FTSE 100 is little changed, hovering near $10,419. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Samsung surged plus 9.84% to $340,500 in a significant session. HBM3 yield rates for AI training chips are the most critical near-term metric. Any positive update would drive a meaningful earnings upgrade cycle. The memory upcycle is intact, but Samsung's foundry losses are a drag. A recovery in smartphone DRAM pricing would add a second earnings lever. ASML made a dramatic move today, plunged minus 7.82% to $1,778.46. The EUV monopoly is one of the strongest competitive moats in all of technology. AI chip demand for the most advanced nodes directly benefits ASML without the execution risk of being a chipmaker. Watch for any update on the 2026 to 2027 capacity shipment schedule. TSMC plunged minus 6.69% to $436.39 in a significant session. AI chip demand has created a demand floor that insulates TSMC from the consumer electronics cycle. High-NA EUV ramp at N2 and beyond represents a technology advantage no competitor can replicate for years. Watch the next earnings call for any commentary on 2026 capacity allocation. Rocket Lab plunged minus 5.16% to $95.12 in a significant session. Neutron medium-lift rocket development is the key valuation catalyst. Commercial success would dramatically expand the addressable market. Space Systems revenue is a growing, predictable revenue base. The SpaceX IPO narrative creates positive sector sentiment that benefits Rocket Lab. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. The move follows reports that Brent rises after US-Iran peace talks in Geneva are abruptly postponed. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Equity markets are responding to reports that Trump's tariffs, Fed minutes, rumbles Bitcoin by what's moving markets. Rate expectations remain the single most powerful macro driver for equities and currencies right now. On the data front, equity markets are responding to reports that S&P, NASDAQ futures rise after bruising tech sell-off, Micron earnings on tap, investing.com. Turning to commodities. Brent crude dropped sharply to $75.88 per barrel, down 1.56% on the session. The move follows reports that markets recoil in global sell-off driven by tech stocks, The New York Times. WTI crude dropped sharply to $72.02 per barrel, down 1.63% on the session. The move follows reports that markets recoil in global sell-off driven by tech stocks, The New York Times. Natural gas climbed to $3.21, up 1.91% on the session. The move follows reports that Brent rises after US-Iran peace talks in Geneva are abruptly postponed. Gold dipped to $4,086.70 per troy ounce, down 1.05% on the session. Safe haven demand is being supported by reports that gold crashes 24% from record high, loses safe haven appeal. What's driving the sell-off? Trading view. Let us give you our near-term view on Samsung. With momentum this strong, traders will be watching the $360,930 level closely. A clean break there would confirm the uptrend and could bring in additional momentum buyers. Risk management remains critical. Always size positions according to your own risk tolerance. In the currency markets, Euro to US dollar is at 1.14, losing 0.67% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.32, losing 0.53% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 161.73, gaining 0.1% on the day. Currency markets are reacting to Ukraine joins Russia in ruthlessly hammering global tourism as Iran, Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Lebanon, Qatar, Bahrain, Iraq, Syria, and more welcome a cooling Middle East crisis, while the Eastern Europe conflict again shatters travel itineraries and eat travel and tour world. Here is what we will be watching closely in the days ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Every morning, before markets open, we break down exactly what is moving and why. If you want that edge every day, subscribe and hit the bell icon. If today's analysis was useful, a like is the best way to support the channel. We genuinely appreciate every single one. We read every comment. Drop your view below. That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.